Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. In honor of the poetry open mic that I normally would frequent on the first Wednesday of every month, community poetry, hosted by Tom Woodruff at the Half Price Books store in North Lamar in Austin, Texas. In honor of them, although they might be open, they're not allowing people to gather still. So in the same realm where I do Zoom meetings for the open mics I host, I am sharing with you guys poetry like I would when I was there. I hope you appreciate this. I was going to do a reading from a past book from Scars Publications. I usually read material from Scars Publications, book post here on Scars.tv. Down in the Dirt magazine is the second literary magazine I am the editor for. And this was released in July of 2021, and it is titled Desert Bloom. Desert Bloom is the name of this magazine, and it has a bunch of interesting poems in it. However, I'm only going to share with you 2 poems from it. I have no idea what they're going to be about. I think they're astronomy related. I like to get my astronomy references in whenever I can. So I'm going to share with you 2 poems from this book, from Desert Bloom. This first one is entitled Europa and Ganymede Calling. And by the way, it's going to talk about things, and I can look and see what I'm talking about because I'm here in my home sharing it, which I wouldn't be able to do if I was at Half Price Books. I'd be talking about things that are on some existential level, but I can actually look and see that these things are actually going on as I say this poem. Europa and Ganymede Calling. The telescope I keep at my home is decades old. It was my sister's from when she took an astronomy class, and I, as a small child, fell in love with all of outer space. After seeing Saturn, complete with rings in its moon Titan, only days ago, using only a scope for target shooting, we found a man selling a small telescope. It was a gift for his man's little boy, but after using it 3 times, this new telescope was never used again. Instant bargain, we thought, so we put it together. And even though it's cloudy out tonight, we had to break it in, figure out how to use this new telescope monstrosity compared to that decades-old model inside. And even through all that haze, we could still see Jupiter with the naked eye at night near our moon. But wait, as we zoomed in, we could even see Europa and Ganymede. They are 2 large moons that we saw of Jupiter's, and it was really so amazing that we could see these moons, these objects unable to generate light, now as bright as stars. And I get it. These moons reflect light that they receive in the night sky, so they glow brighter than any mythical creatures that Galileo chose to name these 2 after. Since Zeus is the Greek equivalent of the Roman god Jupiter, Europa was named after the lover of Zeus, and Ganymede was named for the son of a king who was carried off into the sky by Zeus. And we were carried into the sky last night after it was far too late for any insects to suck on us or sting our human flesh. So we kept moving our new telescope to match with the whipping orbital speeds of both Earth and Jupiter, just to continue to catch fleeting glimpses of worlds we can never touch, but can idolize from afar and dream. That was one of your astronomy poems. I hope you guys liked that one. The next one is actually going to be about another planet's moons. Not our own moon. We just call it the moon. All the other ones get names, but this poem is titled Unraveling Two More Moons. It was written on the 14th of July, the day of the 1965 date of the Mariner 4 flyby of Mars, taking the first close-up photos of another planet and learning about Mars's moon Phobos and Deimos. So, we're going to talk about those for a bit for this last poem for you guys. This one is called Unraveling Two More Moons. We look up at the stars and we reach out in any way we can imagine so we can learn everything there is out there. If the best way to do that is to send an unmanned spaceship to the next planet to do a flyby and snap a few photos, then, well, that's what we'll do. We'll ship our ship to our nearby sibling and finally see that red planet, Mars. And what a view it was. It was our first chance to learn about an entirely new world, not so far away in our little corner of this galactic universe. This journey, these photos, whet our appetite and gave us a glimpse of what more we could learn. And that ship, in future study, brought into our focus 2 more moons to unravel, discovering Phobos and Deimos, 2 tiny orbs with the opposite fates of our own moon. Now, these 2 moons are asteroid-sized and spin so close to Mars that we could barely see them. In mythology, Phobos is one of twin sons of the god of war, Ares, Mars and Romulan, and of the other brothers. Phobos means fear. Deimos means flight. And unlike our moon, these moons do not fear their planet, as our moon's orbit pulls the moon away from Earth every orbit. These Mars asteroid moons actually pull closer to Mars, so their fate will eventually be an epic collision with Mars. That probably is their past. That probably in their past took them in. So, as much as we like learning about everything from asteroids to moons, it's sad to know that after we learned of these 2 beautiful little gems, we know they'll eventually be gone. So the other choice we have is to continue to look and continue to learn everything we can about these 2 precious Mars moons before they're gone, while we still have the time and we still have the opportunity to find more out there to fall for. Those are 2 astronomy-themed poems talking about moons, even, and this book that is titled Desert Bloom. And there's some sand and desert scenes with this crazy, crazy tropical flower in front of it. There's your desert bloom for it. I hope you enjoyed that reading, everybody, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. I will be back for additional readings in honor of the Community Poetry Reading Space, which is from 1 to 3 p.m. Central Standard Time here in Austin on North Loire, when it was at Half Price Books. Hopefully life will come back to normal and we can get together again. In the meantime, I will continue these things in honor of these events. I hope everyone is staying safe. I hope everyone is staying poetically inclined. And if you are still exasperated because we're all stuck in this mess, know that you're loved. Each and every one of you, and we'll all get through this. And I look forward to seeing each and every one of you. Hopefully everyone will get vaccinated sooner rather than later, and we can all get together and not be afraid anymore. So everyone stay well, and I will talk to each and every one of you very, very soon. Thank you all so very much. Thank you.